Hi guys, my name's Evelyn. Welcome back to my channel. For you that are new to my channel, my name is Evelyn. Today I am going to be doing a story time of how me and my boyfriend met and got together and all that good stuff. So, so I am originally from Greeley. Well, I was born in Fort Collins, and then we moved to Greeley when I was really young. And I grew up there most of my life until I was about 18, and then I moved to Denver, moved in with my boyfriend, and I've been living with him. It's gonna be 3 years in October. So I'm gonna be living in Denver 3 years now, 'cause we've been together since October. And well, we got together as boyfriend and girlfriend in September, and then we moved in with each other, got married. Like, nos juntamos, pues, we got together, we moved, well, I moved in with him at age 18. Yeah, at 18, maybe 3 months. Well, no, because it was in October, so it was 5 months after graduating. I moved in with him, but I moved out of my house once I was 18. Anyway, he, I believe, was born in New Mexico, over there in El Paso. I'm not sure, I forget if it was in El Paso or here, but I think it was in El Paso. And then, sorry, there's something. And then from there, well, they moved over here, obviously, to Denver. Well, they were living in Chihuahua for a bit, and then they moved over here to Denver, and that's how we grew up, I guess. And then we grew up. So he added me on Facebook. We were just starting out high school. Well, we started talking through To Be Honest. Like, we would do each other's To Be Honest whenever we did one. We liked it or whatever. We would always like him. But yeah, I don't know if it was his To Be Honest or mine, but we were like, oh, well, you seem cool, but you're cute and this and that, you know. And well, from there we started talking. So he started falling for me, and I did too, but I didn't want to tell him at the time because I was scared, because we had gotten really close and we were best friends, and I was so scared to ruin that. And he didn't care. He was like, no, we'll be good, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, I don't want to ruin this, and besides, you're too far, because remember, I was in Greeley and he was over here. So at the time I was like, no, you know, no, I don't like you. I would tell him that, no, we're best friends, yeah, you're a really good guy, you're everything I've wanted, and blah blah blah. But no, and I saw I was being a fucking bitch, because well, two reasons. Because he was short. He had told me he was short, so I was like, nah, fuck that, I don't fuck with short niggas. But then also, sorry guys, I get a message and I get distracted. But also because I was hoeing around, I was being a big ass hoe. I was a hoe in high school. But oh, that's the excuses I would always make. Well, we kept talking throughout high school, and he started to fall in love with me. I didn't think it was love, because I was like, no, we're young, he does not know what love is, blah blah blah. And then at the same time, I started falling for him. At first I didn't like him, I just seen him as a friend. He was cute and all, but I was like, no, he's far anyway, so what's the point, you know? So I wasn't trying to fall for him. And then he started talking to me every day. We started talking every day. Well, not every day, we would. There was days we wouldn't talk, but we were constantly talking to each other, on and off. But so he started falling for me, and he told me he wouldn't talk to any other girls while he was talking to me. And I was telling you guys, I was hoeing around. So, and then he seen that I would talk to other guys, and that's when he started talking to other girls too. And he was talking to other girls while he was talking to me. So if you end up being one of those girls and watch this video, I'm sorry. He's always been in love with me. You can try to take my place, but you won't, because you're not me. Like, I didn't think he was in love with me then, but now that I live with him and I'm here almost 3 years together, like, he's shown me he truly does love me. But anyways, going back to the story, so he started falling in love with me. I was starting to get, like, start liking him, like, you know, I was like, yeah, this guy's like really sweet, he's the best, blah blah blah. He always made sure it was good, like, you know, he was like constant. And well, okay, so then you just kept talking off and on, and like we would say we were talking like a going out kind of thing, talking like I don't remember how we used to call it back then in high school, how we used to say like, oh, well, we're talking, so you like can't talk to anyone else, you know. Well, we were talking, but like I take talking to people serious, but with him I didn't, because he was far and like we both didn't have a car. So like I wouldn't mind, you know, coming up here to meet him and like get to know him, you know, but I didn't have a car at the time, so, and neither did he. And like the bus is too fucking far, like I wouldn't take the bus, so I didn't expect him to, right? But I was like, but I mean, if you truly love me, you know, but whatever. And then fast forward to 12th grade, we were still talking off and on, like throughout the whole high school years. Like there's times, like months, we would go without talking, and then months where we would hella talk. Like we were just off and on. Ew. So we were just off and on the whole time. Like we're always off and on until like high school. Yeah, after graduation we were still talking. I graduated. He was in school too, but he was a bad kid. And he got sent away to Job Corps, and we didn't talk then. I think we did like once or twice or a couple times, but that was about it, because he was over there. And when he came back, we started talking again. And then, well, I was still hanging around. I was still being a hoe. And then after graduation, well, I just started working, because, you know, I wanted to move out of my house with my parents. I wanted to get my own apartment and this and that. And well, I moved out of my parents' house because they were forcing me to go to college, and I wasn't gonna go. They're like, well, if you're gonna live under a roof, we want you to go to college. So I was like, well, deuces. And I left. And then from there, like, me and him were still talking. And okay, so then after graduation, we were still talking off and on. And then when my parents told me that I had to go to school, like, to live under their roof, like, still, like, you know, they wanted me to go to college, you know, to better my future or whatever. I had just gotten out of high school. I did not want to deal with any more school, so I was like, nah, I want to take a year off. And so I left my house. I went to a friend's, and then while there we were talking, and I told him about the situation. We were cool. We were just talking, and then I ended up leaving my friend's house to go with my used to be best friend. She used to be my best friend. And then we were trying to get an apartment together. We were living in my car for a good while. Then after that, like, we got an apartment. We were able to get an apartment. The money to get an apartment, like, what's it called again? I forget. The money deposit, like, you know how you're supposed to deposit money, like, before you enter an apartment, like, they give you some certain amount of money you have to enter. Well, we did that. We got our apartment, and well, I don't know how long she lasted there after I took off, but I lasted like about, what, like a week, I think, living with her. Not even like a weekend, because So she wasn't working at the time, and I was, and like I don't mind going out and all that. But if I go out, I go home early if I work the next day, and I was working, and I worked the next day, and then some drama went down. Long story short, I just didn't want to have the problems while working. I wanted to rest. I didn't want to have problems. And so I left, and I told my husband now. He was my boyfriend then, like, cause I was okay. So before I moved out, my parents were trying to threaten me, trying to move me back in, saying that I had to be 21 to move out, that the cops were gonna come and get me, blah blah blah. But I know that was a lie. But I wanted to get away from my parents so bad that I was gonna move to Nebraska. I wasn't gonna move to Denver. I was gonna move to Nebraska with one of my tias. Okay, so then after that, I came to visit him this one time. Like, we were already dating, like we were good, we were dating, we were being loyal and all that. Like around September it was, we started dating, like actually dating. And I had a car already because I had gotten a car for graduation as my present. So I had a car. I came to visit him. I was actually gonna come and say goodbye to him for good, you know, because I was gonna be far. There was no point of us trying anymore. And then he didn't want to open me. He was such an asshole, you guys. You guys should have seen. Like, I wish I would have recorded, and I still would have had the recording, because like I was knocking, I was texting him, like I surprised him. I didn't tell him I was down here when he came, and I was trying to surprise him, and he wouldn't open the door. He was being an asshole. He wouldn't open the door. And then, so I was gonna leave, but right when I was about to leave, he finally opened the door. We met each other, and honestly, like when we met, like he opened the door, I was surprised, because you know when some guys say they're short, like they exaggerate it sometimes, and I thought he was exaggerating, but he wasn't. He was actually short. But at that moment, I gave no fucks, like literally no fucking fucks. Like, my friend went with me, my used to be best friend, my ex-best friend went with me, the one that I used to live with. So yeah, she came with me. We came to Denver. We came to visit him, to say goodbye, pues. And when I met him, it was like if, it was just us two. It was like our own little world. It was like the best feeling ever. Like, you know that feeling when you connect with someone on a whole another level, where like it's just you two in the room, but literally the room is full of people, but it feels like it's just you two. That's the bond. We like clicked right away, and it was like if everything and all our flaws, like all the problems, went away. Okay, so when I met him, like I totally like fell for him, like ASAP, 1 2 3, right? And then after that, well, he spent the night one time in my apartment, so it was like about a week que me quedé allí. And then a weekend que the next weekend after he came to spend the night at my apartment, that's when me and my friend went out. And then we went out, and then some problems happened, and I had to be like running around really early in the morning. And that's when I was like, I can't do this. If this is gonna happen every weekend, I can't do it, because I work really early Sundays, you know. I was like, nah, I'm a waiter. Well, obviously, you know, you work every waiter works weekends unless you're lucky and the manager loves you and the boss loves you and you get weekends off. But other than that, you work every weekend. So I didn't want to deal with that. And then I told him, I was like, oh, I honestly want to leave here. Like, I don't feel comfortable, because I mean, if this is gonna be happening all the time, like I told him the situation, and I was like, and if this is gonna be happening all the time, like I'm not gonna be comfortable, because I mean, yeah, going out is alright, but like you have responsibilities, you know, you have to take care of yourself, even if that's your best friend, sometimes it's time to make a tough decision. So I was like, I have to get out of here. So the next day, it was a Saturday night when all that some drama happened, and that Sunday I packed all my stuff and I took off to work because I had to work. But I packed all my stuff in my car. I went to work, and then from there, like, I told my boyfriend, like, I'm homeless right now. I'm gonna be living in my car for a while. And then, okay, so after I told him that I was homeless, that I was gonna be living in my car, he's like, no, you don't have to do that, babe. Come and live here with me, with my parents. And then I was like, no, I don't want to be a bother. Like, and this and that. And like, he's like, no, I already asked my mom. She said it was fine, that you just had to come. And this and that. And well, ever since then, we've been living together, and we've been together, which is about 3 years. So that's how we met. Basically, we met through Facebook. I was like, I know some people are gonna ask, like, weren't you scared? Like, what if he wasn't like who he said he was? Like, and this and that. Honestly, like, I felt like he was a real person, like, an actual person, not a catfish or anything. So that's why I felt comfortable, and like I met him, like, I came to meet him, like, if he wasn't real, like, I would know, But yeah, we're gonna be 3 years this October, guys. I really hope you guys like this story time. I had to make this kind of short, and had to come to the kitchen because my baby boy is sleeping, and I don't want to bug him. Sorry, I hear like a dog. But let me know what other kind of stories you guys want to hear about or know about. I wanted to do this one first before my pregnancy journey, because I know my life is gonna be out there now that I have a YouTube channel. I'm gonna have my life out there. People are always gonna be trying to see what's going on in my life. Might as well put it out there myself, So I thought I would just give you guys a little background story on me and my boyfriend, just how we met. And I think it's just cuter, like, when you hear it in person, like, when you see us. I don't know, it's so much cuter. Like, I think it's cute, but then it's kind of like, what the fuck, weird. But I love her story, So, yes, we are engaged. 3 years now. He proposed to me, I think, when we were already gonna be a year. No, we were already a year. We were gonna go for 2 years, and he proposed to me in Mexico. It was so cute. Like, it was just us, like me, his parents, sister, and just us. And now we have a baby boy. If you guys want more stories like this, just let me know. Just let me know what kind of stories you guys want. I'm very sorry if I'm moving a lot, I shake a lot, and I'm holding the camera. But thank you very much for coming back to my channel, and I hope to see you guys next time.